awesome there.
That's the funky build.
This one,
yeah.
Univeski. Yeah, it looks amazing.
I can't remember what they call it. I think it's an ergo rail extension. Yeah. Full rail.
It's like an FSP.
But
Noveski.
yeah.
Right, I'm here at the range with Alex from the Discord, and he's having some problems with his MWS, and this is really common. Loads of people get this kind of thing, and misfeeds, right? So let me just try and set this up here. Right, let's talk about misfeeds. So what Alex has noticed is he's got a couple of different bolts. He's swapped these two over, and basically, which one's working? Well, hang on. Yeah, you've got 3 bolts.
Yeah, 3 bolts.
This one is working, this one isn't, and I think that it's to do with these gas keys on top, which is these parts here. So, Alex, do you want to just do a quick demo of the malfunction that you're getting?
Yeah.
And we'll have a quick look. Always the way, whenever you come to a range, you know, just to do a bit of target shooting and stuff, then it's
problems.
You run into these problems, but it's better to run into them here and diagnose them than run into them on the field. So everything seems fine there.
Yep.
Like,
bolt release will work. That's fine.
Yep, all seems good. In goes a mag, and there we go. Failure to chamber the round. So that means that if he pulls the trigger, we're going to get a gas out.
Oh no, it's not even got to that point.
Not even engaging the trigger. We're not even forward enough to engage the trigger. So, yep.
If I shine a torch, you can see it's tried to feed. I'll probably push 2 in. Yeah, it's a nightmare in there.
Yep, it's not good. So as soon as you drop a bolt onto that, you've got big problems. Okay, so let's swap it over. Do you want to just take the mag out, and we'll just... Do you want to drop the bolt on it one more time? Do you want to clear the chamber? And yeah. We'll... There you go. I've got a mag somewhere. Be a mag somewhere. There we go. Okay, there's an empty mag, so if you want to...
Yeah.
So, right, chamber cleared. Try one more time. Put the mag in and drop the bolt. See if we can get it to chamber that round.
I'll give it the best chance. I'll give it a bit more.
Best chance, slingshot.
No.
Still nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, right now let's just swap over to a different bolt. Now we don't know this yet, but I'm convinced that it's going to be to do with the gas key on the top of the bolt. So what we're going to do is we're going to swap the bolts, and then we're going to swap the gas keys.
So everything's the same charging handle, same everything.
Everything else should be the same, yeah.
Same bolt.
It's actually still an angry gun bolt, isn't it?
Yeah, and same nozzle, seemingly. There are some differences, but I think that's just a generational thing. Only difference is one, that is stock angry gun gas key. This one broke, so that's a guns modifier.
Cool.
Still BBs there.
And respect to this lower as well. How cool is that?
Right, I'm gonna empty this one, just so it's feeding into an open chamber. Alright, empty, nothing in the chamber to stop it. Yeah,
boom.
Loaded.
There we go. Loaded, absolutely fine. Do you want to rattle off a couple of rounds?
Yeah. Oh, okay, only one. But
was that the last one in there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, alright. Hey, tell you what, look. There you go. I've got a mag here.
Nice.
Just for you, sir.
Oh.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Fine. I think I only put a few in that one as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that proves the point. Okay, so now let's just go ahead and let's take this working bolt let's get the bolt that doesn't, and the only thing we're going to change is the gas key, which is this part on top that kind of is sprung and moves back and forward. We're going to see if that is the big thing that's causing the problems. I think it is. Let's find out.
Yeah. Issues.
Issues.
Swapping the gas key.
Yeah.
It's too tight for the GM nozzle, angry gun nozzle.
How too tight?
Like, there's still a nozzle spring in there. It basically won't retract back in, so this is causing binding. Which probably goes to prove that they are different spec nozzles, even though they both look to be like angry gun. Interesting.
Thing is, this will still function.
Yeah.
There is no up and down movement in that at all.
No.
With there. When I put the other gas key on, I bet you there's up and down movement.
Yeah. Swapping the gas keys over. Yeah.
Yeah. That up and down movement there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fair bit. And then when you swap for this other gas key, so that's the one that's non-functional, where it's got all that movement. Then we're going to swap for a different gas key. Now, yeah, pull that, yeah, like hardly any movement in there at all. In fact, like, is there any movement in it?
No.
No, there is no movement in that whatsoever. However, what was the problem that you just showed me? Tight enough that it doesn't actually retract the nozzle properly. However,
it should function, probably
it should
not.
still function. And what we're going to do is, even though that nozzle's not retracting, to prove a point, we're going to put it in.
If you're doing this and your nozzle's that tight, I probably would recommend sanding ever so slightly, but just not recreating it where you get that much movement.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah.
So I think potentially for a lot of people this is going to be quite a quick and easy fix. Like if you're getting misfeeding, then you just want to check how much movement you've got in the nozzle, and if there is basically any up and down play, that's your problem. So it's just replacing that gas key. But as we've seen from this, all gas keys are not the same.
No.
All bolts are not the same. All nozzles are not the same.
Yeah.
So it's, there's so many combinations that you could pick. Okay, let's
I'll try it out.
Let's see. So this was the broken, the bolt that didn't work, that wouldn't feed, the nozzle that wouldn't feed. The only thing that we've changed on here is the gas key on top. I think this is going to work. I think this is going to fix it, but okay, should we get whichever mag it was erroring with before?
Got it.
Oh, but it was erroring with all of the mags, wasn't it? Even with one BB in there, which is sometimes they can not want to feed if you've like crammed 36, 37 BBs in or something like that. So let's pull the bolt back and let's just give it one with the use the bolt lock just to drop it, to give it the worst chance. So this is
Boom.
In battery.
Right, firing a few. Yeah, there you go.
So there you go.
It's not always that easy.
It's true, it's not always that easy. It really isn't. Yeah, sometimes it could be a real problem, but I know that loads of people have had like misfeeding problems and stuff like that. It tends not to happen when you first get your MWS, but after you've had it for a little while, it kicks in, doesn't it? Yeah. So yeah, there you go. That's if you're having feeding problems with your MWS, have a look at that gas key on top. Look to get a replacement. I'd say if you're going to order a replacement, if it was me, I'd probably order two, and probably two different brands as well. so you can make sure that you're going to get one that's going to work properly, that's going to, you know, function. Ideally, you can see there, you know, the nozzle wasn't retracting properly. That's not ideal, but it is going to be a case of, depends which aftermarket bolts you're using, which aftermarket nozzles, all that kind of stuff. But your key here is the gas key. Your key is the gas key. So look at that if you're having malfunction problems, and that should really help you out. Tick. Yeah, so just to say, this isn't necessarily the be all and end all fix for everyone, but it's just, what you're saying, Alex, is basically
you get people copying parts that might not be like OEM stock, and then you end up with dimensionally parts where, you know, like these two should be perfect, but they bind. That is not ideal. And ultimately you got guns modifier here, angry gun here, like TM there. Yeah, it's just a whole
it's a hodgepodge, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's just important to test. Not everyone's budget might allow them to do so, but within your own means, like test and just play around. If you have got an issue, you know, try it out. If you've got a friend, you know, you got a second gun, if you're so lucky to have it, you've got a friend that you can, you know, take a bolt out of and test it in yours. That is helpful as well. That's how we started, pretty much.
It is, yeah, we did. That's it. As soon as one person gets a problem, we're like, right, start swapping parts over, start trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
And for anyone that doesn't have a second MWS, a second bolt or anything like that, and it's just running a stock setup and they're starting to run into problems, I'd say the best thing to do is just reach out on like the Discord server.
Yeah.
Because there is so much knowledge on there, and there are so many people that have had every single problem, and every single product that has ever been released has been tested by someone on the Discord server. And you know, there are opinions out there that you can get for free and just become part of like that community as well. But it will save you a lot of money joining something like the Discord server, which is free to do, and ultimately you get sort of the knowledge from people like Alex here, and like Iola, and like who else, like Father Saki and stuff like that. There's a lot of people on there with just crazy amounts of knowledge. Everything has been picked up, everything has been tested, everything has been tried. But so yeah, if you're worried about what to do, then certainly get onto the Discord server. That's just a huge amount of information that can help you out on there. But for a lot of people, I think the issue is just going to be the gas key, and if you can afford to, maybe get a couple of different brands so you can find which is the best fit for you. They're usually like, they're under £10, aren't they?
Yeah.
I mean, they're normally like £7 to £12 kind of thing.
Yeah.
For a gas key, so you might end up spending 20 quid getting a couple, but if it gets your rifle back up and running, it's money well spent, isn't it?
Worth it.
Yeah.
Very much worth
definitely.
it. But yeah, not solved, but
not solved.
More
fixed than it was.
Yeah, it shone a light on what the issue could be. So
yeah,
just stick to TM.
Stick to TM. Everyone says, what's the best aftermarket bolt? What's the best nozzles? What's the best this, that, and the other? TM. Like the stock setup is, it's the best. Yeah. It does amazing. Unless you want to do something really specific, like a high-speed setup or a like heavy recoil setup or something like that, or DMR, then you might have different requirements. But actually, for the most part, a stock TM is just dynamite. They're so good, aren't they? Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Alex.
All right.
Much appreciated. See you soon.